Hi, my name is Oswaldo Arzate, and I'm doing my speech tonight on why I think marijuana should be legalized. Uh, I personally come from a country where it's a big crime and it's always been a problem. And for once, I would love to see that drop. And according to some of the articles that I read online, some of the rates have been dropping incredibly. According to Bricken, he stated in one of the articles that the crimes are dropping really rapid at a higher percent that they expected when they legalized it in Colorado and some other states this year. Um, the death tolls have dropped all the way down from 23,000 all the way down to 15,649. And if you ask me, that's a lot of life saved over something that could really be avoided, I think. Um, like I said before, I come from Mexico, and I know a lot of the marijuana is grown there, unfortunately, and transferred to the United States all across the borders through Texas, California, Arizona. And I know when I was younger, I had to cross the border legally, and that was a while back. But my uncles tell me stories, and I don't even remember that much, but they tell me stories how they were forced to carry cocaine and all kinds of illegal substance. And it was either that or they would have to kill them. Basically, they threatened them and told them that if they didn't do it, they were basically gonna die. So in that situation, you kind of gotta fend for yourself. So you think about it, and I mean, you do what's best for you and your family at the moment. And a lot of people come to this country with the hope of getting a better job and becoming legal, getting an education, and leaving all the bad life behind. Um, the only other thing that is really unfortunate, and I think that it's not fair, is that in some states still marijuana is illegal, and people get caught that never been convicted before, have never had a prior crime, and it is their first crime, and it's considered a misdemeanor, and that can mess up your career, your whole family's future, and it doesn't really affect you in the way it affects your whole family surroundings around you. For example, Wiggins stated in 2014 in an article he wrote that a 45-year-old man, trucker driver, got arrested or got pulled over by a simple citation for a taillight, and they ended up searching his vehicle, and he got arrested for having 1 gram of marijuana, and he got sentenced 13 years in prison. And for me, that's really not fair, because you get some people that kill and commit bigger crimes and they only get sentenced 10 years and then let off on probation. And this guy worked for a living. He had 7 kids and a wife. So if you think about it, just for a silly conviction of not even a pound of marijuana, and he gets his whole life ruined. And like I said, I mean, it's not even him that gets affected, it's his whole family. And then from there, his kids grow up without a dad. They don't have a role model they can look up to. They're gonna always get criticized and bullied by their other peers in school, because their dad is gonna be considered a drug addict or get off of jail, and then he still has to have probation and all kinds of stuff. That it was just one simple conviction that can be avoided. I know in Colorado, according to some of the articles I read by, I believe it was Bigman, he stated that there's a lot of profit going on in the school systems, that they easily made over $3 million in revenue from the legalization they did. And that's $3 million that goes to our roads, that goes to our schools, that provides a lot of the future stuff we need for our education, the computers, the tablets, the laptops, and stuff we don't have. And for me, that's just one state. Now imagine if all the states joined, and how much the crime rate would drop. I mean, we wouldn't have to be pushing our legal system, filling up prisons and jails with just nonsense of crimes. There's bigger crimes committed every single day, and people get away with it. And we can't really look into them because we don't have the resource, or we don't have the money to spend. But yet we spend more money on finding drug traffickers that just sell marijuana. We have cops that look for them in the streets for 12-hour shifts and keep an eye on them, and then they arrest them for nonsense stuff. And for me, I think that that's really pointless. I think we should invest our time and our money in other situations and more detailed and bigger crimes that are being committed every day, and people are getting away with it. That's all I really have to say about this topic, but I appreciate it and thank you for your time. Goodbye.